So our next guest is he goes by the name Donnie P. I'm not sure what his last name is, but that's what he goes by, Donnie P. And he is an entrepreneur. He calls himself a serial entrepreneur, and he also is a coach, a professional coach, and a successful business owner. And um, he has an intriguing business that he does, and it's in the area of cannabis. And I'm wondering about that because he's in Houston. So
So
I
you gonna
believe
drive over
you're
there?
based in Houston. And so, no, I wanted to know how you get around the laws. But anyway, and he's going to be at the National Black Book Festival. So you'll see him again, Rhonda, next month.
Okay.
He is going to
I'll
be
be
presenting
looking for you,
with
Donnie
his
P.
book.
Thank you. I'll be for you also.
So, welcome to Black Authors Matter TV.
Thank you, Gwen, for having me. I love to talk about my book, and I look forward to this fabulous interview I'm about to have.
Well, we're
Okay,
looking forward
and
to hear what you have to say.
yeah, your book is Health and Wealth is Always Green. And I don't know if is green a metaphor
I
or
thought
if
he was
it's
talking about money, but I think he might be
yeah,
talking
he
about
could be
cannabis.
talking about something else. So anyway, first I see I guess that's your book cover behind you on the
Yes,
wall.
yes.
Okay. And it came out a little less than a year ago, so it's still fairly new. And tell us what the book is about first and what
Well,
made you write the book.
the book is about basically how me and my brother got into the cannabis industry over
Okay.
in Louisiana, where I'm from. And it's medicinal use cannabis where our clients go to a doctor and get a recommendation in order for them to come by our dispensary and get cannabis to help their medical condition. In my book, I go in great lengths on how it was very successful in the marketplace. And I teach people if they want to get into the cannabis industry, I break it down from start to finish and how they can scale their business. And basically, that's what the book is all about: is it's having a fabulous run on Amazon, sold in multiple countries: Italy, France, Germany, Canada. So it's doing more than what I expected to do.
Well,
And you
that's
say you're from
always good in
Louisiana.
business.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
I say you're from Louisiana.
Yes,
Me too. Which part?
I'm from Generate.
Oh,
South,
Generat.
yeah,
Okay.
South
I've not been
Louisiana.
there, but I'm familiar.
Yeah, south of Lafayette. You know,
Yes.
little small town. You're not missing nothing.
No, I'm from the big city. I'm from New Orleans.
Oh Lord.
Well, I will say this though. I often say that every entrepreneur, every business owner needs a book. And what you have done is the textbook case as to why a business owner should have a book. You chronicled how you got started in the business, and then you give people tips on how they can start their own business.
Correct. I wanted to go from. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I never held to 9 to 5. I never been on a plantation a day in my life. So all I know is entrepreneurship and how to be successful in any field you get into. Because I started off in my first book I wrote, How to Catch a Mouse with No Cheese. I went about in describing how I became a millionaire at 21 and how I lost it at 25.
Mm.
And basically me and my brother, I went a long time without money. And the creator put me through different things, which I needed to be humbled. And basically, I just go at me and him started in the elderly care business, one of the best businesses I ever started. and made that my second $1 million company. I love dealing with the elderly, and and we wanted something for a change, man. And then we got into the cannabis industry. So we was one of 9 license holders in the whole state of Louisiana when we started. So
Okay. Well, I we're kindred spirits because have now I didn't start off with my first thing being in business because I went to college and then I got a job. But since I was 25, I have not had a boss. I've been self-employed. I've been in business.
oh,
What
So
y'all
I
not gonna do
congratulations.
is look down
understand.
on us people who be on the plantation, okay?
No, I'm not at all because I tell people it's a different lifestyle. It's a
It is.
different mindset and it's not always easy. And as you described, Donnie, when you're
Mhm.
young, you just really, I just want to be in business. You don't, but you don't know what you don't know. That's what you run into. And then you can be a little bit, you can be ambitious and not, sometimes you can't see things until after they happen. So,
Yes, yes, you're right. I didn't come from money, so
yeah, me
I,
either.
yeah,
I
trial
wasn't
and
poor,
error.
but I was, I was middle class. But I did have some experience from my dad, but I was away from home when I went in business. I was 1,200 miles away from home,
Wow.
so I had to just learn by doing.
Yeah.
And I was always a hard worker.
Hmm.
And when you're a hard worker, you can attract investments. That's what happened for me. People saw I was a hard worker. I attracted investors. So,
Hmm.
it's a different lifestyle, but I wouldn't trade it because, after a certain point, you really can't work for somebody.
No.
Lose those employee skills and you like to, make decisions. So, you know, but congratulations on that. Now, and for
Thank
your
you.
care business, do you still have that or did you sell it or how did you transition from that to your cannabis business?
What I done was I gave it to my sister, and
Okay.
I turned it over to them. They're doing a fabulous job, and just like anything else, you get burned out. So I spent my time doing that, and I just couldn't deal with it no more, man. But other than that, wanted a new venture, just like most entrepreneurs. I want the next challenge. So and then we found it. So it was quite a challenge, to
Yeah.
say the
Now,
least.
I know the cannabis industry kind of boomed. As soon as it was legalized, a lot of people wanted to get into the cannabis industry. They wanted to start at the bottom and work their way up. Some people were buying stocks. Some people wanted to start their business. Some people were doing CBD oils and so forth. How did you choose exactly which route you wanted to take?
Well, me and my brother started out, man. We didn't know what we wanted to do in cannabis. All we know we was going to make a difference in the community, number one, and we was going to make a whole bunch of money. So we didn't know nothing about it, just like anything else. So one of our good friends, old friends, one of our brothers called us, and I say, man, y'all want to get into the cannabis business? I'm like, okay, cool. Because, we grew up in country hood. I grew up around weed, you know what I'm saying? So, it wasn't new to me, So he's like, man, do y'all want to get into it? And you're like, yeah. Because Louisiana is divided into regions. So, and because we from the Acadiana region, that spot was already taken. So we done the Houma region, man, and it was very competitive. They had people there that had way more money than us, and man, we gave great presentation, and the state loved us, and we was one of the best presentation ever seen. So it was a lot of hard work, and it paying off right now. It didn't pay off in the first couple of years. Me and my brother didn't get paid for like 4 years. So just like any business, man. So it was rough starting off.
So how did you stay encouraged for to go without getting paid for 4 years and you stuck with it? What was it that kept you going?
Number one, what kept me going was the creator. Two things was the creator and discipline. Those are the two things. When nothing goes right, you got to have faith. And once you have faith, everything else is going to fall in place. A lot of people talk faith, but they
Hmm.
don't really know and understand it until you put in circumstances that's really going to challenge you. So, in discipline, as a business owner, I mean, I've been through the struggles before. It wasn't nothing new. It was hard, but I'm like, we're gonna stick with it. We're not giving up because we know that license was very valuable to have.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what made us keep going in the industry, man. And it just picked up, because it was highly regulated. So,
Hmm. So when you got your first start, like, well, you said you had to do a presentation to the state. I guess it's some kind of state agency or
yes,
that licenses people to sell the medicinal cannabis.
yes,
Yeah.
Louisiana Board of Pharmacy. Yes, we done a presentation in front of.
And then how long did your license last?
Before we got notified, we've been awarded. After the presentation, it didn't take long, but about a month. They had notified all the awards that was given to each company. I still have that. They wrote it in the paper. I laminated it and mounted it in my bedroom. It was a big accomplishment to even get that far in the
Yes.
process. So,
Well, well, what I meant was, how long does your license last?
it lasts every year. You got to renew it. Um,
Okay, okay.
so it's not no. I
It's not
mean,
like a
license
10
holder.
year, it's not like a 10-year thing.
No, no. Like you can
Okay.
get renew it. There's people who's not going to get you out of business because they know how hard it was to acquire a license. They're not like any state agency, no Medicaid, Medicare, or stuff like that. I've been in that industry, but
Mm-hmm.
you just renew it, you pay your fee, and you keep going. Basically, unless you sail on out because they got two people that sold their licenses, their companies.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So do you all grow the cannabis or do you all get it from the grower or whatever they call it? Are you all a distributor? Are you all a retailer? What part of the chain are you all in?
We are in the retail chain. In the state law, we can only buy cannabis from two companies. It was ran by the universities first, LSU and Southern universities.
Hmm.
So the state kept the money inside um, the two universities, and we deal with Good Day Farms, and the Liberal Healthcare deal with Southern University. So that's the only way we can buy cannabis products to sell is from them. So we on the retail side. I'm glad we're not on the grower side
Okay.
of the market because it's a ton of money, and to grow cannabis it takes a science to grow.
Absolutely.
So
Mm-hmm.
I learned that from my one of my good homeboys. Used to work for Monsanto's, and he graduated from Southern. He was high level. He just got out the business. He's like, Donnie, whenever they start growing, I'll help you all out because I know what I'm doing. So it takes a lot of money.
Mm. And so the retail part, do you all have a walk-in retail or do you basically do it through shipping?
We have a walk-in retail because shipping is still federally illegal. You
Oh,
have to
okay.
come on
Okay.
in to the dispensary. We just opened up our second dispensary now. Next year we open up our third dispensary in our region. So
Okay.
right now we're scaling the business.
Okay.
That's how good the industry is.
Okay. And so to mail it is still illegal because that's through the mail, federal. And so,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to get some facts out there for people who may be interested
Yes,
in
absolutely. And that
doing.
was the reason why I asked the question that I asked earlier, because there may be such as myself. I I when jumping into the cannabis industry first became popular and everybody was talking about doing it, I had no concept of how they were doing it. I didn't know if they were trying to grow it themselves and then sell it, if they were trying to import it or what they were. I didn't know what they were doing. I just knew that I didn't smoke it. I didn't want any part of it. So as time went on and I started to learn more about it, it's like, okay, now I kind of see what they're doing. And so that was one of the reasons why I asked you what made you look into this particular industry, and then how did you choose the path that you were going to take once you were in the industry? Because there are a lot of nuances that we just don't realize.
Yeah. Well, like I tell people when I give my interviews, every state is totally different, right? So you have to get with your state regulations department and see what their
Mm-hmm.
laws are, see what the rules of the game are. Once you see what the rules of the game is, just execute your plan. So either in two ways, the cannabis industry is so huge, a lot of stuff you can do inside the industry. Either you're on a producer side or retail side,
Mm.
so it all depends on what you want to do in the industry. And to get into the industry, it's a lot of money. So don't let nobody fool you. It takes money, but you can definitely make the money. Like I tell people, weed sells itself. So you ain't got to do too much marketing here, pal.
You got a point there.
Super
You got
true.
a point.
Yeah, we were when we were in New York over the weekend for the Harlem Book Fair.
We smelled it everywhere.
One of the yeah, everywhere
Yeah.
you went, you could smell it everywhere. Like anywhere walking down the sidewalk, you could smell it everywhere. But the lady who you'll meet her. She's going to be at the book festival, but she's from New York, and she said that uh, it's legal in New York,
Mm-hmm.
but she said that they're planning to make some changes because they really couldn't control it because people are still selling it illegally, even with it being legal. And so it didn't pan out the way that they thought it was going to.
Mm.
As a
They
matter,
started off. They started off wrong, to be
okay,
honest with you. Okay.
okay.
So in order to get a growing cannabis industry, you got to get rid of the illegal activity. Because if I'm investing that kind of money to start off, especially in New York, because I stayed on top of that. I had a friend from New York, and I was going to bring my business up there. And once I heard about the illegal stuff still going on, I'm
Mm.
like, no, I'm not doing this again. So, it's business at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. As a matter of fact, Rhonda, if you don't mind me sharing Rhonda had her books at the Harlem Book Fair, and a gentleman came up and said he was gonna buy her books, but he needed to go sell some weed first, and then he was gonna come back.
I was mad. I was waiting for him to come back to buy the book. He didn't come back. I guess he didn't sell that weed.
No, Rosie didn't sell a weed, baby. Like they said in New Orleans, baby.
It was hilarious. It was some interesting. New York
Very
has
interesting characters.
everybody. Everybody has
Oh, yes,
every,
they got that.
New York has everything, and it's all in a 2 block radius. So anyway, uh, I find it to be really amazing. Now, for the medicinal weed, a person has to have a prescription from their doctor, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you're almost like a pharmacy, a weed pharmacy.
Yes, ma'am. We totally are. In Louisiana, we don't use the word prescription. By law, we are only
Okay.
allowed to use the word recommendation.
Mm.
So
Oh, okay. Okay.
that's what we use. And they walk in, and whatever the doctor wants them to have, they get. So
Okay. Now, is it
they,
covered by insurance?
No insurance, just
Okay,
strictly
so
cash,
just in cash. Okay.
or they can use their debit card.
Right. But not credit.
Oh no, we got bills to pay.
Well, I mean a
Well,
credit card.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm
Okay,
about
that's
to say
what
credit. Oh
you know,
no.
sometimes
no,
you
not an
can.
IOU.
Oh, okay, all right.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta specify yourself, Gwen. You know.
Because you said debit, and so I was saying debit or credit, because, like, for example, you can't buy a money order with a credit card. You have to have a debit card or cash.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah.
that's what I was saying. But I was saying, are you all giving credit? Letting people run a tab, so to speak.
Now,
On
one of our viewers, Tony Benita, wants to know, how do you know how much to use?
Well, it all depends on what the doctor recommend for you. He checks you out. And also, we also do a telemedicine. So they put that in the law also. So if they don't want to go into the doctor, they can also do telemed. On our company website, we have different doctors and telemedicine doctors, which our clients call, and they get evaluated, and we take it from there.
Okay, so how do you sell it weight wise?
Ounce, half ounce, but
Dime
it all
bag.
depends on if you want gummies. Well, with flowers, we sell about a ounce and a half ounce. Whatever you want, we got it for
Okay.
you. Whatever you want.
Well, in the few minutes that we have left, what would you say are three misconceptions about the cannabis industry?
Three misconceptions I see in the industry is number one, it had a stigma on it. That was number one. That was all wrong. The amount of people we helped is amazing. I'm very happy about it. I don't really care about money. Money come and go. But helping people make a difference in their life, that's really what it's all about with me. Number two, the misconception is uh, the effects it has on the body. That was another misconception. Oh, they get high, they lose their mind, or they go crazy. No, that's not true. Always keep an open mind, do your research. Got a lot of information, medical information on the internet you can look up. And number three, the misconception is it's a closed market. They don't want certain people in the industry. No, a lot of people, a lot of regulatory bodies want a lot of people in the industry, especially minorities. That was another misconception. Oh, it's only for rich people and stuff like. No, if you give it the right people, you can get into the industry. So those are the three misconceptions about cannabis. That and one more I want to add is a lot of doctors want to give cannabis to their patients, but it's still federally illegal because doctors know the benefits of cannabis. A lot of people want to get off those pills, and cannabis can be a natural healer for them. So those are the misconceptions about the industry.
Okay, so for as far as the doctors prescribing it, most of the time you hear about it as a remedy for cancer treatments, for the
Yes.
nausea from cancer treatments. But what other
Uh,
maladies do they
okay. We other
or recommend cancer?
also we have also PTSD, eating disorders, arthritis, insomnia. You can't sleep at night. It's a whole different variety, and I just named four of them off the top of
Wow.
my head.
Okay.
Besides cancer, it can help with your ailments. I'm a big proponent of cannabis because the emails I got with people that we have helped is amazing. So I'm a big proponent of it.
Hmm. So I would ask if you use your own product, but I won't because I'll just I just threw that out there to be funny. But anyway, you don't have to answer. So I won't answer. You don't have to answer. We'll
Man,
just
don't get suckered into it. That's not our business.
I'm not going to entertain that right now, Gwen. I'll tell you when I see you.
okay.
Right now,
Okay.
speaking of seeing us, so you are coming to the National Black Book Festival next month. I can't believe it's already next month.
Isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
And
it's
time goes by fast.
no, it
So I'm
does.
guessing you're bringing copies of your book. Are there any other surprises or anything we should know about?
I'm gonna bring copies of my book, and also what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give away like 50 to 100 copies of my book. Just give it away for free because I want people to be entrepreneurs and learn from me. And if you don't believe me, go on Amazon, look at Health and Wealth is Always Green, and you can read other people reviews about my book. That way, with some people, we have to show them rather than tell them. So I plan on giving away my book at the show at the book fest. And
Mhm.
also, if people want a signed autograph copy of my book, they would have to pay $10. So but other than that, if they don't want a signed copy, I'm giving it away for free to the first 50 people.
So it's free to the first 50 people, but if one of those 50 people wants a signed copy, they pay $10.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
And is your book, does your book tell people how to get into the cannabis industry? Is that what the main theme of the book is?
Yes, it does. The first part tells you how to get into the industry. Second part, how to maintain. Once you get into the industry, how to maintain it. And the third part is how to scale your business, right? How to grow it.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's a very lucrative industry. And once you get into it, you can retire because I'm close to it. So
Mm.
other than that, man, but I'm an entrepreneur by
Well,
heart.
yeah, yeah, entrepreneurs don't retire. They just look for another opportunity.
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, man. My
We call
brother.
Yeah.
ourselves retiring, but we don't. We call
No,
ourselves relaxing, but we're looking for the next opportunity. It happens.
Yeah, yeah,
it
I'm a whole
does.
retiree with a full-time job in the business right now, so I understand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all, both of y'all know the process. So,
Yeah. Well, this has been really interesting. I think you're our first cannabis author that's been on, as far
oh, I'm
as
so honored
yeah,
and
and yeah,
pleasure.
we've interviewed a lot of people, and it's always interesting when somebody discusses a topic that hasn't been discussed before, because we get to ask questions that people want to ask, and we didn't get any more online. Does it help with swelling? Someone asked that. This is the last. Does the can
To help with swelling, I would say get you some CBD instead of cannabis. Cannabis don't have
Okay.
swelling. Now, I'm not a doctor.
right?
Can only tell you from what I
The
hear. So,
recommendations.
that's right. In Louisiana, in other states, they call it a prescription. So.
Okay, well, thank you, Donnie P. We'll see you next month at the National Black Book Festival. And until then, keep on selling that cannabis.
You know I am.
Thank you. You have a great night.
Thank y'all, ladies.
Okay, you're
Bye-bye.
welcome.
Bye.
Bye bye.